Ahead of the local government election in Anambra State was two factions of the All Progressives Grand Alliance in the state, one led by Edozie Njoku and the other faction loyal to the State Governor Chukwuma Soludo. Officials of the state government have sealed the state office of the Edozie Njoku-led APGA, located in Awka, the state capital. Also sealed was the building that served as the campaign office of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general election, Peter Obi. There was pandemonium in the area as government officials, accompanied by soldiers and the police, got to the area and sealed the offices. Now, Southeast National Vice Chairman of APGA, Ezekwelu, told journalists that the state government might have felt threatened by the growing popularity of APGA since Edozie Njoku became the national chairman of the party.
Party officials struggling with some men that finally said that they are from the Anambra State Housing Development Corporation. Then with some soldiers and police and armed soldiers, police and other security agencies. And that they've come to seal our party office. And I asked them, what is the reason? For what I said that they had an directive, an order from above to seal this place. That we should adhere. It's originally marked in Doka Housing Estate, and the particular place is originally marked for approved for private residential quarters and not for commercial activities. That we should show a proof of
We'll take a look at the sealing of the property, whether it's a witch hunt or part of the grand master plan, the internal wranglings in APGA in Anambra State, and plans for the local government election, which holds on the 28th of September. Joining me is the embattled Deputy Vice Chairman Southeast of APGA, Ezekwelu. Good to have you join us on the program, Mr. Ezekwelu.
Thank you.
All right. Let's begin by getting your reaction now, really. Just confirm to us whether or not there is faction in your party. Is there crisis in your party? Is there a faction in your party?
Thank you. When you talk about faction, you can only talk about existence of a faction in any party when it has to do with lawfulness and legality. The Supreme Court of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has confirmed, in fact, has settled the age-long crisis in APGA in favor of the Chief Edozie Njoku-led executive. And INEC has complied with the order of the judgments and the order of the court in recognizing the Edozie Njoku-led executives as the authentic and the only lawfully recognized APGA structure. By that, there is nothing like faction again in APGA. He has been arrested by the highest court of the land. And once that has happened, everybody that's law-abiding must have to abide by that. That's why INEC has now recognized us, led by Edozie Njoku, as the one only authentic and the confirmed national leadership of APGA downline to the states, to the local government, and to the wards. So anybody trying to talk about faction in APGA, when the law, the highest law of the land has spoken, that person is committing contempt of court. This same thing, somebody are talking about that about the factional thing was the reason why the INEC chairman and Victor Oye almost faced sentencing of the court, sentenced to prison. So APGA matter have been finally rested by the Supreme Court, and the judgment have been implemented by the INEC, and therefore there's nothing like factionalization again in APGA.
All right, Mr.
When you talk about factionalization, it's just like somebody coming out tomorrow and tell you
I hear you, Mr. Ezekwelu.
Because the President has said it, you are stationed, and you will start referring to and accepting that person as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's exactly like what you have said now.
You've made the explanation.
Has spoken, Supreme Court spoken, and it is final.
All right, Mr. Ezekwelu. Now to the issue of the day, the sealing of your party's office in Awka. What is your reaction over the state government action?
Yeah, thank you very much. I was there when it happened, so I was there live. It's not about I was told. The fact of the matter is that the state government sealed our Anambra State Chapter Secretariat out of political considerations. It's a form of intimidation, suppression, and impunity, because we never contravened any law. And then there was no court order, no warning notice, nothing. They just came in yesterday morning in a Gestapo style with armed soldiers, police, and other security agencies, as if they are coming there to fight some terrorists. And they scared away everybody in the secretariat has camped for their safety and lives. If not that I and other senior officials of the party were there to calm the people down and then control the situation, maybe things may have got out of hand. And I heard somebody saying that they also sealed the campaign office of Mr. Peter Obi and Senator Victor Ume in that regard. No, they came in that morning without notice, out of impunity, sealed only APGA State Secretariat. Then by the time, because we recorded them on cameras and started throwing it viral in social media and everywhere. By the time it got viral, they now came back in order to, at an afterthought, to seal the office of the Peter Obi campaign office and that of Chief Victor Ume. And they did it just in a hurry. And within some minutes, they finished that and they scampered off, because by then, people have started gathering. In that same street, the wife of the governor, Soludo, Her Excellency, has her commercial business office in the same area, even where people were living, in a private house converted to commercial house, where she's housing her healthy living products office. Also, we have commercial ventures also there, like the article campaign office was also there. It wasn't sealed. There was also some commercial hospitals that were there. They were not sealed. Some other commercial ventures in that area were not sealed. Only our own. And by the time we started crying and shouting, and they see that the public has started shouting out against them, they now came back in a face-saving situation to now seal that of Peter campaign office and that of Victor Ume, and that's only one they sealed along that place. If you go into Udoka housing estate, where our state secretariat is housed, there are so many commercial offices there. And this particular office, our new secretariat now there, have been in use as party secretariat campaign office since 2003 to date. Since 2003 to date, that is over 21 years, it is being used by different organizations. So we see no reason why they should do that, if not because they feel that the Edozie Njoku leadership, because they used to say that Edozie Njoku does not have any support, no grassroots, no structures. But by the time the INEC gave us recognition, and the Edozie Njoku structures from all the 326 wards, 21 local governments and others assembled in that office and started operations. And then the party started selling forms for local government election, and the whole Anambra APGA aspirants, even those that were loyal to them formally, all trooped to our party to obtain their expression of interest forms and the other processes for the election. They felt insecure, they felt threatened.
I hear
and they
you.
moved to seal the office in order to stop this movement.
I hear you, Mr. Ezekwelu.
But we, as law-abiding citizens,
all right,
are not
Mr.
engaging
Ezekwelu.
anybody in war.
I hear you, but Mr. Ezekwelu, if you would allow me, Button,
yes.
Why do you think the state governor is speaking on you?
Why do I think you just did so? Because unfortunately, the person he has been supporting over this while, Victor Oye and Sly Ezekwelu, lost out in the legal battle in the court and in INEC. And because he felt insecure and maybe feeling that his seat is being threatened or something like that, he now started doing those things out of, he was being, if I may use the word, being jittery and unnecessarily insecure. Despite the fact that our national chairman has assured him over and over again in private meetings and in public that APGA won, not any faction, not any group, and that it's a victory for all. No victor. He has open hands and open doors to receive back everybody into one fold of APGA, and that he is not threatening anybody's seat. That every person that is APGA is safe. What you just need to do is let us come together and negotiate and agree on how best to move the party forward. There's no need being paranoid about this. We are ready with open hands to welcome all our brothers. No faction, no division, no screaming out.
All right, Mr.
Let all of
Ezekwelu.
us come together to build this party, to be the national party. It is not just an Anambra party.
All right. I was also going to ask you about, as it stands now, what is the way forward? You have about 30 seconds to react to that.
The way forward is what we have offered. Currently, the National Working Committee of APGA, led by Chief Edozie Njoku, has set up a peace, reconciliation and harmonization committee of the NWC and the other stakeholders. And we are moving around all the states, meeting all aggrieved members, all different groups to come together as one. So far, we have visited 23 states and still counting. We have come to Anambra State as of last week, and we're still around. That's part of the reason why I was in Awka, right, for us to meet with necessary stakeholders, including Mr. Governor and other stakeholders of the party.
All right,
because he is an APGA governor, elected by APGA, under APGA. We want to work together. Please, we are asking Governor Professor Soludo and the other stakeholders, Sylvester Ezekwelu, Victor Oye, everybody come together to build APGA as a one block that we have always been, so that we can engage the nation and then pursue the better future for Nigerians, for which APGA stands.
It's a good way to end the conversation, Mr. Ezekwelu. Embattled Deputy Vice Chairman Southeast of APGA, Tony Ezekwelu, thank you so much for talking to us on the program. We'll be getting the reaction of the state government as we'll be speaking with the managing director of the Anambra State Housing Development Agency, Chike Anyono. But that will be after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back to the program. We are talking about development in Anambra State, especially with the sealing of the property housing APGA's office in the state capital, Awka. Joining us at this time is the Managing Director, Anambra Housing Development Agency, Chike Anyono. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Anyono. We have just, heard from Mr. Ezekwelu, who spoke extensively about the sealing of that property. He believes it's political. It's a witch hunt. They were targeted. What's your reaction?
Yeah, thank you very much, my sister. I don't believe in, playing to the gallery unnecessarily. And I think my friend Tony, Engineer Tony, was trying to play to the gallery by all the things he was alleging about the development control exercise the Anambra State Housing Development went into yesterday, being the 27th of August 2024. And I want us to separate two things here. It is not about politics, and I don't think I'm here to play politics. I'm here to discuss what the Anambra State Housing Development Corporation went into yesterday And it did not just start yesterday. It started a very long time. I'm happy you said the party or other engagements have been, they've been carrying out other engagements in the building, the property over the years, 23 years now. And the answer to that is, or rather question is, must we continue with impunity from 2003 till today? The answer is no. The government of Professor Chukwuma Soludo, presently in Anambra State, has no threshold for condonation of impunity in Anambra State. We are saying bye-bye to impunity in Anambra State. And the Anambra State Housing Development Corporation, wherever we have properties, wherever we have estates, we are also keying into this. What happened is that, well, a lot of buildings, several developments were done outside the purpose for which they were approved. And we've been given, serving, issuing notices to the property developers to revert to the original use for which they got or obtained permission to build from the corporation. That's all. I'm not yet into politics. We are not playing politics here.
All right, Mr. Anyono. You mentioned that notices were served because Mr. Ezekwelu and his team are saying that no previous notices were served on them.
The notices are there, even in our booklets.
When was the notice served?
Just like I said, it didn't start today. It started a long time ago. And within the time I came into office, we've also been serving them. Not only that property. What we are saying is that people must respect the purposes for which we gave approval for them to develop their properties. It's not about politics. We're not targeting any person. Indeed, we are talking about the property owners, the landlords, not the occupants. We are not known to and by the tenants. We are talking about the landlords, the property owners who have engagement with the housing corporation, who got allocation from the housing corporation, got approvals to build residential development, but at the same time ended up renting, using them for commercial purposes. Simple.
Well, Mr. Ezekwelu also mentioned that, yes, much later you came back to seal some other properties, but that was like an afterthought.
Sorry, not much later.
He said it's an afterthought.
Those ones that have not been complying, and we are still going for more. And the warning we are issuing right now, going forward, because we may ask that, the landlords must show cause why they must continue to have those properties. Otherwise, we revoke them. Sorry.
So does this only affect Udoka Estate, or does it extend across the state?
Oh, no. Go to other estates owned by the housing corporation. There are 22 estates. Go to other estates. We have Ngozeka 1 and 2. At Ngozeka, we have rickety buses, rickety vehicles, old vehicles parked here and there. They are using the place as park. And we said, no, we have gone to, put posters on those trucks parked there illegally. And we are moving them next week to Atma office. We are not talking, I'm not talking politics as a matter of fact. I'm talking serious business about housing development, not about politics and the APGA.
But do you then have an alternative where whoever is displaced as a reason of your action will be taken to as an alternative for now?
Sorry, we're not talking about alternative. We are talking about violation of our primary, approval, regulations. Not about alternative for who. We don't know those tenants. We know the landlords. We are talking about the people we gave allocation to, and not the occupants of the buildings.
All right. So what is the way forward now, Mr. Anyono?
I've told you, the way forward is for the landlords to do the needful. The needful is for them to revert to the use, original use for which those properties were approved. The building we approved. That's all. So playing to the gallery, it is politics. This and that. No, I'm sorry, it's not politics as a matter of fact. We are talking serious business.
Mr. Anyono, we hear that.
People must respect the regulations of the corporation.
All right, we hear that.
Of that.
Okay.
Violations.
All right then. We hear that almost all the political parties, if not all, have offices within that axis. How do you exonerate the sealing of this property as not being politically motivated?
It is not, and was not, and it is not politically motivated. There are some offices. I discovered also that some of them, the landlords had before now gone to the corporation to alter the purpose clauses, the purpose clauses of their approvals by paying the appropriate fees.
All right. So are you saying, for instance, that if APGA comes back to you that they want to alter, if the landlord comes back, all right, if the landlord comes back to alter the plan, would you allow them continue their political gatherings there?
He has not come yet, sorry. And over the years, we have been warning them. We have been warning this particular landlord to do the needful. He's not the only one, actually. But you cannot say, because we have not touched others, then we must not touch you.
That's
a bad comment, sorry. Very sad commentary.
Managing Director,
that impunity must stop in Anambra. It must stop in our estates.
I hear you. Thank you for talking to us. Managing Director, Anambra Housing Development Agency, Chike Ayono. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Madam TVC. Thank you so much.